We are attempting to check in with Mike Pereira to get his view from out in Los Angeles. It's 3rd and 2 here for the Giants. And coming across early was the rookie Chaney.
Encroachment. Number 51, defense.
Opponents had been in 36 times, scored 28.
Does slide down the back. That's the thing that would have put him down. And I really don't know why they didn't challenge it either.
I'm glad you saw the same thing we did, and yet Andy Reid put the red flag back in his pocket. That is a mistake by our judgment and a missed opportunity for Reid on what was the biggest play to Deshaun Jackson all day.
Yeah, and I will say this. I mean, the rules are what they are, and you accept that as a head coach. But I will say that for not only Andy Reid, but all head coaches around the league, they got enough to worry about during the course of a game. I've always maintained it should not be the head coach's responsibility to determine whether or not a play should be challenged. I mean, they're trying to be a head coach and get their own team, to play, and they shouldn't then have to have the responsibility of making sure the officials are getting calls right on the field also.
It's 3rd and 5. Manning over the middle. Boss, touchdown.
Well, we were talking about the young rookie, Jamar Chaney. This is one right here. He just passes him up, lets him go by him because he sees a crossing route coming in front of him, and it opened up the throwing lane for Kevin Boss, uncontested. Quentin Michael, you see him there. But Jamar Chaney, the middle linebacker, has to carry that up the seam.
It's a 4-touchdown day for Eli Manning. How about the day for Eli Manning? His latest one to Kevin Boss. Eli ties his career high with 4 touchdown throws in this game. Has set a new career high with 28 touchdown passes on the year. But in this battle against Philadelphia, we said it in the first half, and it's still true. Eli Manning has outplayed Michael Vick. Here's Jordan Calvin out to the 25. Here's Macklin. He has got a first down, it would appear. He does. Wrestled down by Human Ura. Out there for the tackle on Jeremy Macklin.
Well, give Perry Fuel, defensive coordinator, some credit. He's still bringing the heat and doing the things that they've done throughout this game.
On first down. Pass to Selleck, a whiff on the tackle by Phillips, and Selleck gets a block and will cruise in for the touchdown. Macklin with a good block after Kenny Phillips missed on the tackle, and in a blink, the Philadelphia Eagles are in a position to again be down by only 14.
Yeah, well, they brought the blitz again. They did on first down, and they did again off the edge. Aaron Ross, 31, and the Eagles pick it up. But then it's just man-to-man on the back end. Now, Kenny Phillips, he's playing middle of the field. And when you throw the ball down the middle, as they do here to Brent Selleck, that's the play. Kenny Phillips goes for it thinking it's going to be an interception. Brent Selleck's there to catch the ball. And that's the one thing that Tom Coughlin didn't want to see happen.
A career long for Selleck, 65 yards. And it's a 14-point game again with 7.5 to go. Selleck's a real good young tight end in this league, and Vic forced one to him last week at Dallas that went for an interception, and Selleck immediately came over to the bench and talked to Vic and said, hey, I know you're trying to force it to me. Don't do it. Just let it happen naturally. Vic really appreciated it, and now a week later he's got a 65-yard touchdown throw.
For the year that he had last year, to not have more production and handle it the way that he has been admirable.
Here's an onside kick try, and it's hauled in. It is a good play. It belongs to the Eagles, Riley Cooper. The rookie out of Florida, and a perfect onside kick from David Akers.
And the Giants were not anticipating that at all. They were turning and running out. You see, they just now come into the screen because at the time that Akers started to address the football, they were turning and running, anticipating the deep kickoff, and it was just a perfect kick also by David Akers.
It's got to go 10 yards. It did. And the Eagles, who are seconds off that 65-yarder to Selleck, will line up at their own 43, down by 14 points.
Well, and remember, I mean, the Eagles have beat a lot of teams in the fourth quarter, including the New York Giants just 4 weeks ago. It's a team that rallies late in games, and right now, defensively, I've got to think that you're just getting a little bit nervous.
Out of the shotgun, Vick. Backpedaling, hits Deshaun Jackson. And Jackson picks up a first down with a 13-yard catch and run. David Akers, Troy, is now 8 for 18, successfully executing an onside kick. He's got a talent for that. That was well done.
Yeah, and that just doesn't happen. You know, that's a lot of practice. Out there on the practice fields, trying to get that bounced and get it at just the right distance.
Vick sidesteps a sack, and now we'll take it right up the middle of the field. Slides down head first inside the 10.
Well, Deion Grant had a free run at Michael Vick. They were making these plays in the first half, but Vick just makes a great athletic move there and gets underneath him, and then they're in man coverage on the back end of that, and nobody accounting for the quarterback. Once he breaks that contain right there, there's just nobody there because they're all running with their back to the quarterback.
That's a season-long 35-yard run by Vick. Now they're at the 9. High snap again. Vick looking for Jackson, incomplete. Pressure by Umanura forced Vick to get rid of it. Michael Vick is number 2 all time among quarterbacks running the football. First is Randall Cunningham, then Michael Vick. And he is over 500 yards rushing for the season. 2nd and goal. Penalty flag on the play, and Vick is wrestled down by Tuck. Ball came out. They're calling the play dead. Gene Gillis gets on top of it anyway.
At the snap, offside, defense, number 91, lined up in the neutral zone at the snap, half the distance to the goal, replay, 2nd down.
So they get Tuck, who was the one who made the play. And it's 2nd and goal. They will move the football inside the 5.
The Eagles scored the last time they played the Giants on the quarterback draw. They tried to go with it on that last play, but because of these blitzes that the Giants keep showing, there's not going to be a lot of places for Michael Vick to run.
Here they come again. Quick throw, and it's knocked down. 4th time that's happened. Vick has had a pass knocked down 4 times in this game.
There's a lot of bodies right there in the middle of the field, and that's where they're trying to bring the pressure on this last play, and that's hard. It's hard throwing those slants down here, the inside slants to those inside receivers down in the red zone at this part of the field, and then especially with all the bodies that are stacked in the middle.
Rocky Bernard made that play. It's 3rd and goal. Vick on a quarterback draw. Touchdown, Philly. And we are an extra point away from a 7-point game.
Well, they do a good job with the draw because instead of Michael Vick trying to take it up the middle where the linebackers are, Boley, they take it off tackle. So it's a little bit like an off tackle handoff to a tailback, only they're doing it with Michael Vick at quarterback. They pull Max Gene Gillis, the right guard, a design draw and design run by Michael Vick, but an off tackle run.
That's 2 touchdowns in 2 minutes after the onside kick by Akers, who makes it a 7-point game.
Eli Manning will likely need to continue to do what he has done and be pretty precise throwing the football.
Line drive kick by Akers, and on a hop, DJ Ware. DJ Ware with a good return. Out just shy of the 35. Look at the snap from McGlynn on that touchdown run by Vick. Little one-handed grab. McGlynn's been kind of all over the place, these shotgun snaps. And then Vick took care of the rest. It was his long run of 35 yards that got him down there. From the 35, pass is caught. What a throw. And the combination with Manning and Manningham's been good all day.
That's as good as it gets right there. This is so good. Eli Manning, I mean, great coverage. You can't cover that any better than what Dimitri Patterson did. It's just great timing between two guys. And they've been doing it throughout this game. I mean, Eli Manning is really playing lights out. You know, for a game that he had to play well in to give his team a chance. And without the support of the running game that he's typically afforded, he's been outstanding.
Down to the ground with Bradshaw. Room to run, and a nice pickup of 7. Mont Bradshaw brought down by Cheney, and we're under 5 to go. That for Manningham. You saw his first 100-yard receiving day of the season, 3rd career. And he's got 2 touchdowns, does have that fumble. It kind of gave life to the Eagles in this second half, led to their first touchdown. 2nd and 3. Bradshaw. A yard short of a first down. And Philadelphia will take a timeout. Their first. So Bradshaw with a couple of runs, and it will be 3rd down and a yard.
We'll see what happens here on 3rd down. The Giants have been good throughout this game.
A toss to Bradshaw, running right, 1st down and a big one for Ahmad Bradshaw.
They stack the bodies inside. They motion Michael Clayton down, and he gets a good block then that secures the edge and allows Ahmad Bradshaw to pick up that 1st down. You see, he comes down there, and he gets the block on Jaquay Parker. A nice execution there by the New York Giants.
So now Philadelphia spends their 2nd timeout. And for Ahmad Bradshaw, who came in with 13 runs of 20 yards or more, highest total in the NFL. He's not a big-bodied guy, but he is somebody we've talked about over the last few weeks. If you need a tough couple of yards, he's a good pick, and that was a huge 1st down. Picked up on the toss to Bradshaw.
They do get a little nervous, though, in these types of games with Ahmad Bradshaw, and Kevin Gilbride will tell you that there's a little angst when he has it because he has had a propensity to put it on the ground.
That's why he lost his starting job. Bradshaw running left. Both arms around the football. on the left side gets 4, and the Eagles will use their final timeout. It's to the Eagles' credit that they stayed alive in this ball game. Eagles now are out of timeouts, so they can no longer challenge a play outside of 2 minutes when it goes to the booth. And that's Dave Deal, the left tackle.
False start. Number 66. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
David, who's in his second game back after a hip and a hamstring injury. He came back last week against the Vikings in that big running day. Out at left tackle and guilty of a false start.
Yeah, and it was all because Eli Manning was trying to get Bear Pasco moved from the fullback position, lined up somewhere else, and those linemen get a little antsy down here in this situation. They start hearing things. They can't decipher whether or not it's the snap count or him just trying to check out.
Bradshaw. Not much. On second down, picks up 3. And these two teams have been doing this since the beginning. Knocking each other after the play. Bradshaw took it to the 41, 3rd and long coming up. And the Eagles are out of timeouts. 3rd and 8.
Now it's an NFC East heavyweight fight in both of these teams, and they understand what's at stake. And right now, whoever wins this game takes the lead, a 1-game lead in the division.
Giants are not in field goal range for times. Blitz. Manning off his back foot, incomplete. And not only does this Eagles defense force a punt, but on 3rd down, an incomplete pass to stop the clock.
Well, that's as demonstrative as I've ever seen. Eli Manning, he gets the pressure there from Coleman, and he gets the ball out, but he clearly was expecting a break off by one of his wide receivers and didn't get it.
And now Deshaun Jackson is back there along with Macklin for the punt from Matt Dodge, the rookie. End over end, fair catch, Macklin. So 3 minutes, 1 second left. No timeouts, and here comes Vic.
You see what the Giants do here defensively right now. They're showing pressure again. They've been constant with it.
Vic, Selleck too low. Running wide open, but the pass down around his knees.
Yeah, they had a chance to Brent Selleck and Perry Fuel. I mean, he has not wavered from what they came into this game doing. They're still bringing Aaron Ross. They're still bringing the blitzes off the slot, and they're matching up man-to-man, one-on-one outside. And he's just saying that our guys are going to get to Michael Vick, and we're going to hold up.
Vick unloads, incomplete for Deshaun Jackson. And it was Cofield who was on his back, 3rd and 10.
Just a heavy diet of pressure all day long. And Barry Cofield, in addition to the others, he's played awfully well.
Third and 10. Blitz. Vick. Room to run. Big first down. Michael Vick across the 40 and knocked out shy of the 45. They're going to give him progress to the 45, a 33-yard run.
Well, they had pressure to keep him in the pocket, but you're going to see, I think it was Aaron Ross who then tried to come underneath. You're going to see it right here, but he tries to come under the block there of Jason Peters. It was Aaron Ross. Had he have stayed upfield and been able to keep Michael Vick in containment, he's not then able to get out to his left, which is what the defense did not want to allow throughout this game.
Vic over 100 yards in this game. 6th time in his career he's been to that mark. Over the middle of the field, pass is complete for a first down to Avant. Under 2.5 to go, 13-yard completion.
Yeah, Vic's moving a little bit slow. Jason Pierre-Paul got a hit on him at the end of that play.
Good protection, and another one batted down, and it's Jason Pierre-Paul. The rookie's done that twice. '15th overall selection, first round out of South Florida. Was there for just a semester. Relatively new to the game, learning basic terminology, but he is becoming a pass rushing force on the edge. 2nd and 10. Extra men on the rush again. Vic right up the gut. Michael Vick inside the 25, down head first, inside the 20. Eagles trailed by 21 points with 7:29 left in this game. They're down by 7. We just had the 2-minute warning. Eagles have no timeouts left. And here is Selleck twisted down with a gain of 7.
Well, the Giants went to coverage that time, but until that play, it has been consistent throughout this drive. And it's a high-risk, high-reward defensive philosophy that Perry Fuel has been running all day long.
Well, we've seen the risk late in this game. We haven't seen much of the reward because Vic has gotten loose. 2nd and 3. Here they come again on a blitz. Pass wide open, caught. Macklin, touchdown!
Well, Sean McCoy does a good job in the backfield of helping out with protection. You see, he picks up the blitz there, one-on-one, then on the outside, and you've just got to be able to try to make that tackle in the open field against Macklin. Not an easy thing to do. Terrell Thomas, who has had himself a heck of a day, just unable then to make the play.
In 6 minutes and 14 seconds off the clock, 3 touchdowns put up by the Eagles. If you're just joining us, there was an onside kick executed by Philadelphia. This to tie it. Akers hasn't missed one all year. And with 1:16 left, 3 timeouts, the Giants will get it in a tie game. And here's the touchdown to Macklin, his 2nd of the day and 10th of the year.
Just as fitting that it's going to be on the shoulders of Eli Manning, considering the day that he has had here.
He's thrown for 4 touchdowns to tie a career high. Line drive kick. And DJ Ware will get it on 2 bounces. Room to run. Good return by Ware. Blitz. Giants pick it up and the pass into the turf looking for Hagan. Well, I think coming into this game, Troy, you look at the stats, and a lot of people can throw out the stats, but you look at this Eagles team, the offense, the #1 offense in the NFL. The questions are about this defense, and they suffered 2 big injuries last week. They lost Nate Allen here this afternoon to a knee injury. And now they're on the field with the Giants trying to get into field goal range to win it.
Well, this was a defense at one time that would thrive in these situations.
Manning over the middle for Boss, nearly picked off by Michael. And Quentin Michael, who had his 3rd of the year, almost rolled away with a big takeaway.
Boy, he sure did, and they're trying to beat that coverage down the middle with Kevin Boss again, and You know, that gets a little bit dicey for a quarterback when you're fitting it in with a safety who's staring you down. Quentin Michael, who, as you said, had the interception earlier in the game, a great reception for that interception, just unable to make the play on that ball.
This is an Eagles defense that leads the NFL with 23 interceptions. 3rd and 10. And now Eli Manning will take a sack. The clock will continue to wind, which is good news for the Giants, because the Eagles are out of timeouts, but they will get it back before the end of regulation.
Just great pressure there by Philadelphia defensively, and you're right, they're able to let the clock run, but the Eagles are going to get the ball with a little bit of time on this clock. If they're able to get a good return here, Deshaun Jackson back to receive it.
Well, for the Giants, Troy, the sack is actually better than an incompletion.
No question.
And now Deshaun Jackson, as you say, is back. And there will be 12 seconds when the ball is snapped into the hands of Matt Dodge. No timeouts remaining for Philadelphia. And Matt Dodge has not been, well, it's not been a given, as the Giants just call a timeout, so they have 2 left, but that's immaterial at this point. Dodge has had 1 block, and he's fumbled a snap. He has worked harder on trying to receive the snap from Zach Diassi, and that group will have to pull this one off.
And I don't think Tom Coughlin's real comfortable asking Matt Dodge to directional kick. I mean, he can bomb it, but even Tom Coughlin said, you know, trying to angle it and ask him to do certain things at this stage of his career is difficult for him. So in all likelihood, Deshaun Jackson's going to at least get a return.
Matt Dodge went to that glove on his hand because of fumbled snaps. The kickers worked out in the stadium here on Friday. The officials are getting together. Maybe a question about time left on the clock.
Please reset the game clock to 14 seconds.
They put 2 seconds back
on the game clock. Thank you.
And Deshaun Jackson, who has averaged 14th best in the NFL, 8.7 yards per return, has not returned one for a touchdown this year. Waits. And it's a line drive kick. Jackson bobbles it and now has to try and recover. Deshaun Jackson gets a block. Are you kidding? Deshaun Jackson still not in, and now in for the touchdown. No flags. Unbelievable. No time left. Eagles win.
See, Tom Coughlin, it looks like he went right to Matt Dodge and was asking him what he was doing. He had been asked to kick it out of bounds.
That is incredible. It's a 65-yard return. It was an awful punt, a line drive. Jackson bobbled it and then let blocks get set up, picked his way through the Giants, got a block late, and then took it up the goal line before going into the end zone. There's no time remaining, and with that stunning ending, the Philadelphia Eagles come all the way back and are going to win this game.
Tom Coughlin wants an explanation, but he's not going to get one.
And this is to make it a 7-point game, and that's it. This game was 24-10 Eagles trailing entering the 4th quarter, and then the Eagles went off.